Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford. Why Terence Crawford?
I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I mean, you could debate me on that. I think I'm a better fighter.
I'm a boxer. I don't give a fight him. I'll beat the shit out of him. I feel like in my heart.
Terence Crawford also fired back at Ryan Garcia after Ryan said he did not see him as a strong enough fighter to step into the ring with.
I would love to fight you. I feel like I would literally beat the shit out of you. You're a good fighter, but I don't think you've ever fought somebody with talent and explosiveness and power.
Crawford's no, he ain't like that, bro. Terence Crawford is an overhyped bum, bro. I'm sorry. Somebody gotta say it. You're an overhyped bum, bro. I'm looking at the camera right now. You suck, bro.
Ryan Garcia has been taking shots at Terence Crawford for a while, even before his match against Devin Haney. While Crawford stayed mostly quiet, Garcia also claimed that Crawford was overrated because he showed no interest.
I'm in my prime. He didn't look good his last fight. I can fight him at 154 if he wants it.
So you truly think that Terence Crawford's overrated?
I do.
Well, he's never lost, but you think he doesn't have any quality wins?
I don't think he's ever fought a generational talent ever in his life.
Wow, and you're that guy.
Of course.
You think you're the first guy to give Terence Crawford his first loss?
The harsh comments from Ryan Garcia have been spreading online and finally pushed Terence Crawford to respond. Garcia believes Crawford has never faced a fighter with serious punching power and says that is why the undefeated champion would struggle against someone like him.
I mean, you beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a great fighter, but kind of basic. Errol Spence Jr. came off a crash. Don't think he's that good. Have you fought anybody with one-punch knockout power? No. So I feel like Bud Crawford is overrated.
Ryan Garcia challenged Terence Crawford during a live show on X Spaces. While Crawford spoke confidently to the audience, Garcia said that if Crawford accepted the fight, it would be the biggest payday of his career. It was a fearless move aimed at the undefeated champion, as Garcia also called him boring and claimed he had nothing exciting left to offer.
And I would actually fight him. There's a difference. I would actually fight him. Now, if he doesn't want it, that's not my fault. If he doesn't think it's a match, that ain't my fault. He's not a draw. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's boring as, but I would probably give him the biggest payday of his life if he takes.
Keep in mind that Ryan Garcia has been criticizing a fighter with a perfect record of 41 wins and 31 knockouts. Terence Crawford has already become a world champion in 3 weight classes, winning the WBO lightweight title, then dominating the light welterweight division by collecting all 4 major belts WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF in 2023. He also unified the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO welterweight titles, which strengthened his place among boxing's greatest pound-for-pound fighters. Brian McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, spoke about a possible fight with Garcia and brushed it off by saying Crawford could beat Ryan even in his sleep. He also said not all money is good money, meaning the fight may bring cash, but would not be competitive. Even with all the criticism from Garcia, Crawford has continued to carry himself with respect and calmness. In a recent tweet, Crawford agreed with Garcia's opinion about problems in boxing, saying the sport needs change and fighters should work together for a better future. While still competing inside the ring, Garcia's fight with Devin Haney also stayed in the spotlight because of the controversy around it, including Garcia being seen drinking and smoking before the match. Crawford reacted respectfully and praised Garcia for being honest about who he is and for having the confidence to stay open in front of fans who look up to him.
He's living in his own truth. You know, he's not hiding behind the doors or hiding in the closet about who he really is. So he's comfortable with who he is, and he accepted who he is. And for him to come out and say that, it takes a lot of guts, because he know a lot of people is looking up to him. A lot of people want to be him and so forth. But
currently suspended after testing positive for a banned substance following his fight with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia continues to shake up the boxing world with strong comments about other fighters, often dismissing their achievements. His latest focus is Terence Crawford, who is reportedly looking for a possible fight with Canelo Alvarez in 2025. Even though nothing has been officially confirmed, Garcia said he already contacted Crawford and claimed Crawford is only chasing a big money fight with Canelo, which he doubts will happen. Garcia also mocked Crawford by saying he has never faced a puncher with power like his and suggested a future fight between them. He added that accepting the match would bring Crawford the biggest payday of his career, but questioned whether the undefeated champion would actually agree. Garcia said he would love the fight, but does not believe Crawford is as great as many people claim. He also recently called Crawford overrated, arguing that despite his undefeated record and multiple world titles, he has not fought enough elite-level opponents.
You're an overhyped bum, bro. I'm looking at the camera right now. You suck, bro. Just stop acting like you're like that. Stop stealing boxing money. You're wasting everybody's money. You're not entertaining, bro. You're boring as Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking.
In another tweet posted on April 12, 2024, Ryan Garcia showed respect for the success of Terence Crawford while still making it clear that he wants to fight and defeat him. This type of trash talk is nothing new, because Garcia had already been calling out Crawford long before his match with Devin Haney. The controversy around Garcia has included everything from his suspension after a failed drug test to intense arguments with other athletes. His repeated comments toward Crawford often sound personal and aggressive as he continues trying to push for a fight, even while Crawford remains focused on different opponents. He wrote, Ryan Garcia said that he respects everything Terence Crawford has achieved, but still wants to beat him badly. Crawford later answered Garcia in a tweet posted on September 20th, where he responded to claims that he has only fought weak or lower-level opponents. He pointed to the major impact he has had on boxing and confidently stated that no matter what critics say, his name will always be remembered in the history of the sport, he said. And Terence Crawford said that if he had only been fighting weak opponents, then people would not still be hating on him. He added that no matter what critics say, his name will always remain in boxing history forever. In another tweet, Crawford talked about how many people today chase attention on social media and suggested that some fighters and public figures create drama just to gain likes and online fame. He compared that behavior to his own approach by saying he prefers to stay focused on his career and keep a calm mindset. He wrote on his X account, I just try to stay calm, but nowadays people do things just for attention, and likes. Ryan Garcia fight was surrounded by huge drama, while Terence Crawford last fight took place on August 3, 2024 against Israel Madrimov, where Crawford won by majority decision with scores of 116,112,115,113 and 115-113. This victory made him a 4-division world champion, and even though he faced some tough moments in the middle rounds, he took control with his sharp timing and ring IQ and secured the win, going the full distance for the first time since 2016. At 37 years old, Crawford still proved he is among the best in boxing, although there were questions about how strong his performance looked to the higher weight class. Some reports also pointed out that the fight did not generate major pay-per-view success, with estimated losses of over $10 million, showing the difficulty of promoting big boxing events on a global scale. Analyst Jeff Mayweather also shared his view, saying some fans felt Crawford's punches did not carry the same power as in lower divisions, but still believed he could challenge Canelo Alvarez if properly prepared. He added that risks are part of greatness in boxing. Another analyst, Chaz, said Crawford was more skilled than many opponents, but also benefited from physical advantages earlier in his career, and noted that some of his welterweight opponents like Kell Brook were past their prime, while others like Sean Porter were close to the end of their careers.
Crawford, when he fought at the lower weight classes, he was definitely weight bully, and he was huge. He's not just talented, skillful, he was bigger than everybody. So, pause. So you know that he was going to dominate everybody there. All right, everybody up to 140. Now 147 wasn't fighting much. Kell Brook over the hill. Sean Porter 1 foot out. And if you think that Errol Spence fight was the best Errol Spence you ever seen, you're fooling yourself. Just to give love for that fight. A lot of people aren't saying what we all really know. Errol Spence washed, bruh. That Errol Spence that showed up against Crawford was washed. If you want to keep it real, it is.
Terence Crawford is still widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters of all time, but analyst J.S. the Adult admitted that Ryan Garcia had a fair point in some of his criticism. He said this reflects the current boxing culture, where fighters often do not build long records of consistent high-level wins. He also noted that even Garcia's biggest win over Devin Haney was surrounded by controversy because of the circumstances around that fight.
Bud Crawford is one of the greatest fighters of all time. But Ryan's right. Now, let me tell you why he's right. Because that's what fighters do today. That's the culture today. You want to know how I know? Ryan Garcia, what's your best win? Devin Haney, you pop fostering. You get what I'm saying? The one, you got an asterisk by your one great win. And that's Devin Haney, you pop fostering. You get what I'm coming?
Ryan Garcia has often shaped how people view Terence Crawford by pointing out that Crawford's career can be criticized based on the level of opposition he has faced. Analysts like CHC the Adult said this shows a wider issue in boxing today, where fighters do not always build long runs of elite wins, making it easier for debates about greatness to happen. He added that even Garcia's win over Devin Haney had controversy around it, which adds to the uncertainty in modern boxing comparisons. SHC also explained that in today's boxing climate it is common for top fighters to have question marks around their best victories, and that this is something the sport is trying to improve. He compared Crawford's resume with legends like Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, and Floyd Mayweather, saying those fighters left no doubt, because they consistently fought the best in their eras, and even Mayweather, who faced criticism, still fought elite opponents during his prime. SHZ said you cannot make the same arguments against those legends because their careers were more complete. He also noted that despite Garcia's one-year suspension after a failed drug test, he remains a major talking point in boxing, and is targeting a return in 2025. He has ruled out a rematch with Haney due to legal issues, and instead is focused on calling out Crawford, describing him as overrated and boring, and saying he would dominate him. However, Garcia's suspension keeps him out of action until April 2025, leaving fans unsure if the fight with Crawford will ever happen. Crawford has responded by saying he could say many things about Garcia, but chooses not to, and he also agreed that boxing needs changes and a new direction going forward.
It's a lot of things that I could say right now that I'm not going to say, but there's a change that needs to be made in the sport of boxing, and I think that change is coming.
Terence Crawford has been pushing for a major fight with Canelo Alvarez as a legacy-defining opportunity that would also bring a huge payday. Crawford is coming off big wins over Errol Spence Jr. and Israel Madrimov, and believes a clash with Canelo would further cement his status in boxing while also increasing his earnings, but negotiations have not moved smoothly because of financial disagreements. Canelo's side has reportedly set a very high price for the fight, and those demands have slowed down any progress. Canelo has also made it clear that he is unhappy with how promoter Turki Alalshik has handled discussions about potential fights, and he stressed that his success came from his own work and decisions, not from outside influence. He added that any future fight arrangements must be on his own terms, showing that he now has full control over his career choices.
This yesterday they text me. They text me and say we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford. Yeah. They text me yesterday, and I say, look, I'm not gonna talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talked, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this position. If he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way.
What was
I don't
he?
need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached? Like what was?
It's not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but look, if he wants to work with me, it need to be in my way.
Despite Terence Crawford's strong interest in a mega fight with Canelo Alvarez, the financial demands from Canelo's side may be too high for the bout to happen right now. Analyst Eric Roman noted that while Israel Madrimov gave Crawford a difficult and unusual style to deal with, Crawford could actually find more openings against Canelo because of his more traditional boxing approach. Roman made it clear that this does not mean Crawford would easily beat Canelo, but rather that the fight would be closely matched and highly competitive. He added that although a simple win for Crawford is unlikely, a fight between the two would still be very exciting for fans, and could go either way based on performance on the night.